16 is called I Didn't Mean to Come Here. At last, gloated over Alvin the treacherous, smiling down at the petrified Hiccup. Now, see where your precious heroism has got you, dead before you even get your first chest hair. Where is the firestone before you die? Oh dear. Hiccup looked straight into Alvin the treacherous, his murderous face. Now that he knew he was about to die, he wasn't scared at all, and he wasn't going to give Alvin the satisfaction of thinking he was frightened. Hiccup began to sing, and for some reason the first song that came into his head was that particular song that was one of Stoic's favourites, which just happened to be the lullaby that Hiccup's mother, Valhalla Rama, used to sing to him as a baby when she was rocking him to sleep, snuggled up to her armoured breastplate. It was a song that was said to have been made up by Great Hairy Bottom himself many, many centuries before, when he first settled in the archipelago. It went a bit like this. I didn't mean to come here, and I didn't mean to stay. It's just where the sea wind blew me one accidental day. Alvin nearly dropped Hiccup. He was so surprised. There's Hiccup beginning to sing. Very brave, isn't it? It's just where the sea wind blew me one accidental day. Alvin expected a person facing death to beg, cry and plead for mercy. He didn't expect them to start singing songs as if they were casually sitting round a campfire. I was on my way to America, but I took a left turn at the pole, and I lost my shoe in a rainy bog where my heart got stuck in the hole. Above them, the thunderclouds were so dark they were almost blue, and lightning crackled between them. Below them, the volcano rumbled ominously in reply. It was almost as if the small boy's voice was trying to placate the storm from above and the storm from below. What are you doing? Hissed Alvin, in baffled and furious astonishment, his arm holding the storm blade, hesitating above his head. What are you babbling about? You're about to die, you fool! Beyond Alvin's shoulder, Kamikaze and Fishlegs, pinned under the swords of the exterminator, joined in the song. I've heard that the sky in America is a blue that you wouldn't believe, but my ship hit a rock on these boggy shores, and now I'll never leave. Alvin began to bring the storm blade down, furious that Hiccup was going to die, while apparently happily singing and enjoying himself, rather than afraid and alone. And as his arm carrying the wickedly sharp storm blade came down, zing! One of the billowing mustard yellow smoke belching from the volcano behind Alvin's shoulder, a white feathered arrow came singing straight and true towards Alvin's upper arm. The white feathered arrow sank deeply into the weak human flesh of his bicep, and he dropped Hiccup on the ground with a cry of agony. The pure clear noise of the young Viking singing rose up and cut through the thunder, and then another voice joined in, a much deeper, rather painfully loud voice, wildly out of tune, and yodeling and zigzagging up and down the scale like a gigantic crow having a fit. I didn't mean to come here, this is humongously hotshot singing, and I didn't mean to stay, but I lost my heart to these rainy bogs, and I'll never go away. Oh dear, thought Hiccup in surprise. Something terrible really did happen to Humongus's voice when he was in the lava-out jail forges. That sounds terrible. Through the smoke of the volcano, humongously hotshot the hero came riding. He sat up straight and tall on the back of the white dragon, putting away his bow now and drawing his sword. And on his left arm he was wearing Alvin's bracelet, snaking brightly around his arm. Arm yourself, Alvin, you treacherous snake! Shouted Humongously Hotshot. Alvin whipped his head round to see Humongus riding straight for him, his great swords, the Fireflash and the Mooncut held sternly above his head. And Alvin started in horrified surprise and yelled out, "Exterminator!" The dreadful dragon heaved his claws out of the ground around him, Kamikaze and Fishlegs, and came bounding towards his master. Alvin leant down and dragged the arrow out of his arm with his teeth. Ooh. Not unfortunately a deep wound, and although it bled quite a bit, it did not stop Alvin leaping aboard his exterminator's back and up into the air, and in the swirling smoke of the volcano the two warriors faced each other for the first time. Alvin pulled down the visor on his fursuit, the dragons one white, one black, whirled round each other through the sulphurous smoke, waiting for an opening, waiting for a moment to attack. Now, Humongous, Alvin Weedle, don't forget I'm your old pal, Terrific Owl. You wouldn't hurt an old friend like me, would you? But Humongous was full of righteous wrath. Friend, ha! You never delivered my ruby heartstone. You kept it for yourself. A ray of sun poking for a moment through the rain-laden clouds bounced accusingly off the ruby on the bracelet, which was now around Humongous's arm. Both men let out a dreadful scream simultaneously, and they leapt together, the two warriors' swords meeting with an awful crash of metal against metal, storm blade against fire slash. At exactly the same moment there was a great crash of thunder, the heavens opened, and it began to pour with rain. Fishlegs and Kamikaze ran towards Hiccup, and all three Vikings huddled together, straining to see what was happening up in the sky. Who was winning the battle in the smoke? The Windwalker appeared out of nowhere and dropped Toothless on the top of Hiccup's helmet. Toothless looked into Hiccup's eyes upside down, exhausted but thoroughly overexcited. Look, I brought Humongous. Toothless saved the day. Toothless a hero, Toothless a hero, chanted the little dragon jubilantly, letting out a gloating cock-a-doodle-doo of triumph. Guys, yelled down Humongous, performing the grapple lunge with full twist as he fought all 10 of the exterminator's sword claws and the Stormblade and Alvin's hook on top. Don't forget the quest! This may seem like rather an obvious advice, but trust me, in the heat of the moment, it's quite easy to forget what you came for in the first place. I mean, you can see there's a lot going on. You've got to get the Firestone in that volcano now! Or we're all done for. We'll have to see what happens. This is rather a long chapter, so we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. See you then.